Hello, Super Art Fight fans. This Friday is a very special day. I know all of you nerds are excited about Star Wars, but fuck that shit. You can see Star Wars whenever you want to. This Friday, Super Art Fight is doing an Unleashed show at the Ottobar, and you can't always see those shows outside of a convention because when it comes to Super Art Fight Unleashed, we don't let anyone take photos of it or share it with anyone else. It's a very special experience only for the people who go to the show, because during an Unleashed show, we draw some really fucked up shit. And some people have day jobs, so they don't want to necessarily be associated with drawing massive wieners with pus coming out of them and stuff. So yes, it's a very special time. We're also having burlesque performers, which is something we used to do down at the Red Palace in DC. So it's been a long time since we've had the combination of drawing smutty things and having naked people dancing on stage. So it's pretty cool. Let's go back into the Wayback Machine and let me tell you a story about why we started doing Unleashed shows. So when we first started doing Art Fight, eventually, at some point in the evening, someone would just run out of ideas and draw massive phalluses all over the place. Because when you run out of ideas, you go blue. You start working blue. You drop a couple of F-bombs and you draw some tits and boobs and dicks on the stage. And that's great if you're only catering to an 18+ crowd. But as you know, we try to do the show in front of multiple different audiences, and some of those audiences have kids. So we initially instituted a one dick rule. You could draw a dick, but you could only draw one dick per show or per fight. And that actually didn't work out because people would inevitably break that rule. So we decided that obviously we have all this pent-up sexual frustration to get out, and we need to draw it somewhere. So we decided that we would do it in a unique show called and we would call it Unleashed, and we would let the artists draw whatever fucked up shit that they want to. And instead of having Marty and Ross do shitty commentary and make fun of the way we're drawing stuff, they would do a Q&A session during the night. So if people had questions about us, or questions about what was going on stage, or questions about Art Fight or anything like that, we would answer it, and it would be like a more chilled, relaxed environment. And we found that the art actually turns out to be a lot better art-wise. We get to, even though it's still 5 minutes between topics, people took their time to draw things, and you can actually draw quite a bit in 5 minutes, even if you're not rushing to make the funniest joke and stuff like that. So the artwork actually turns out to be a lot more interesting and a lot better at these Unleashed shows. But the problem is, again, we have a couple people who have day jobs, and they don't necessarily want to be associated with like giant vagina monsters with teeth and tentacles coming out of them and stuff. Somewhere along the way, we asked the Cards Against Humanity people if we could use their cards as topics to draw stuff, and they said sure. So now the show's a little bit more structured. We use Cards Against Humanity as our topics, as our Wheel of Death, and we spin those, and we do those. Instead of doing respins, which you'll see in a typical show, if you don't like the topic, we get another one. If you don't like the topic at an Unleashed show, you can spin it to do a combo, which is really interesting. So you get a topic that you're not quite sure of, you want to respin, and then you merge those two topics together. So there you go. It's a nice intimate setting. We don't typically choose a winner. The winner is the audience, because you get to experience something unique. We do often auction off the artwork for charity at the end. So if you do attend an Art Fight Unleashed, you could walk away with this giant creation full of crazy, awful things that I mean, if you've ever played Cards Against Humanity, you know the kinds of topics that'll come up. So there you go. There's the long form pitch for why you should go see us on Friday night instead of Star Wars. You're already going to see Star Wars Thursday night, so take Friday off, come see us, and then you can see Star Wars on Saturday and Sunday and all of next week. Star Wars is going to be in the theaters for months. Super Art Fight Unleashed will only be at the Ottobar this Friday. So check us out. Thanks for your time, and hopefully this video worked. All right, bye.